Hi. The first step in forest management is regeneration, or as we say, also harvesting, to produce a new crop. The second stage is the forest while it's growing. There are certain improvements you can make during the growth of the forest before it's mature. And those are listed right here. They're referred to as timber stand improvement, or TSI. So you can actually get a summer job working on a TSI crew. So this is something you can apply for this summer. You need to know that there's these 6 different practices. The first one is release, and that is to free trees from competition by cutting or removing vegetation. I was working on a reservation as a forestry crew leader in northern Minnesota. And what we wanted to do was the aspens were starting to shade out the pines. So we took a trail saw and cut the aspens and treated the stumps so they wouldn't regrow to allow the pines to grow because our desirable crop was pines. Now, in another case, you might have a desirable crop of trees that's aspen, but in this case, we wanted the pines. So we were essentially releasing the pine trees from shade so they could have full light. So that's an easy way to remember that one. The second one is salvage, removal of dead or dying trees to recover their value. This can be done after fire, but it was also done up in Steamboat after a huge blowdown where a wind came up and the root systems were not very stable on these mature trees, and it blew a whole swath of trees down. There was a big controversy whether they should leave the trees to decompose and stay there and put nutrients back into the soil, or whether they should do salvage logging. This is also a really good debate for your paper that I haven't assigned yet, but you'll be really excited about that assignment. Number 3 is sanitation. That's kind of easy to remember. That's the destruction, removal, or treatment of infected material to reduce insects and diseases. So a sanitation thin was done in Red Feather Lakes for dwarf mistletoe. So we cut out the disease-infected trees to save the rest of the trees. Now, in the case of mountain pine beetle, that's a little bit differently, and we won't use that as an example. Thinning, there's 2 kinds of thinning. There's a low thinning and a crown thinning, but it's cutting in an immature stand to increase its rate of growth and the quality of growth. So I think you can see this now. This chart here is an example of thinning. So there's an unthinned stand, and then there's light thinning. So if you look here, you should be able to see that. This is also an example of a clear cut and what it looks like when the trees are too thick. The 6th one is weeding and cleaning. And weeding and cleaning is the use of chemicals or mechanical means to remove unwanted understory or weeds. So that is cleaning out, and that is before a fuel wood cutting in the top picture and after a fuel wood cutting in the next picture. Some more examples: before an improvement cutting on the top and after an improvement cutting, showing where it's a healthier stand. Now, if you look at some of the reasons you would do that, there's a fire-scarred tree, a dead tree, a fork tree, a crooked tree. A wolf tree is a tree that takes up more space than its value is worth, and also a poor species. So what we did in this improvement cutting was we removed the non-desirable trees so that the desirable trees would have more room to grow.